Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Outdoors Podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
and we're live on a Sunday afternoon, ready to do some podcasting. Find us everywhere you get podcasts, even YouTube now. Leave us 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. We like those. We read them when they come on and we talk about them.
Thank you. Update your iTunes reviews. If you left one a long time ago, let us know you still love us.
Yeah. So don't forget to do that. And the official weapon of the show is
the taser,
the unofficial sport,
bullet ball,
a bullet ball extreme. There's a bunch of stuff to talk about. I say we just go ahead and get right into it. There's all kinds of news items. Trying to think, did I have coronavirus news? Feels like even as the numbers go up, hospitalizations stay kind of stable, so there's not a lot of news. Oh, I guess there's a little bit of news. I'm not gonna play the song. I'll just get into it. The Special Olympics in Florida had to drop their vaccine mandate because Florida threatened them with a $27.5 million fine.
Florida's the fucking worst.
Yeah, my man.
The Special Olympics.
My man Ron DeSantis. He does not play, man.
He is pro-coronavirus.
Pro-coronavirus.
He is team
pro-gun.
coronavirus. Let's go.
And he runs it like a bully pulpit and and he's very punitive towards these corporations and organizations that, you know, so much for freedom of speech, so much for this is how business works. Like whenever they do something he doesn't like politically, he punishes them.
Yep. And you know where he learned that from? Trump.
Yeah. Very much so. So yeah, no more vaccine requirements with the Special Olympics.
Right, the Special Olympics, my nigga.
I'm not saying everybody at the Special Olympics has to deal with, you know, at-risk stuff for like, you know, coronavirus, but right. I'm sure it's not nobody.
Right. And not all, but some of the people in the Special Olympics may be immunocompromised.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I'm not saying they all are, but there's immunocompromised people at every event, and then you just this just seems very. It just seems very ridiculous.
Right, he's killing his populace and does not care.
Jasmine Davis, who stars in The Shy, but apparently was not on the last season. She was missing, so people kept asking her, and she said that she was going to explain one day. She plays a salon owner on the show and tweeted about her exit and leaving the toxic environment, describing her workplace. The actor has remained hush-hush on the topic, but planned on spilling the beans on why she exited. However, the production crew is letting fans know what had really happened.
Oh, shit.
Davis, 30, submitted a fake COVID vaccination card, which led...
Oh, no!
Yeah.
Just come out and say you don't want to get vaccinated, baby. Voila!
I like how she called it a toxic environment. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this toxic environment. I can't work with these people. Oh, man, because, you know, this is the thing I keep saying. It's certain terms you can just throw out there, and it serves to make people's critical mind stop thinking. And so toxic
they don't challenge past that point.
Toxic is definitely one of those words. It's loaded. You don't have to explain it. People assume the words. And most importantly, they assume you're right.
Correct.
So if I say, man, I had to get out of there, man, it's just a toxic environment. Everybody's like, oh, The Shy, another scandal on the set. This is another time to do. And then it's like, so what was the I'll tell y'all one day, but I ain't gonna tell y'all now, but just trust me, it's toxic. And then the staff comes out like, yeah, she didn't want to get vaccinated and submitted a fake card.
Right. Submitted a fake card. That is a problem.
Which, let's be honest, if you truly aren't with this vaccine, stand up.
Right. That's the thing. They don't want to stand up. Stand up. Be willing to lose your job. Be like, and that's the thing. That's what kills me. You don't want to follow the rules at your job. Jobs have all types of rules and regulations. They pay us to do shit and to not do shit all of the time.
Take the consequences then.
Right.
You don't want to acting like it's a moral high ground that you on while you running. She asked for vaccination exemption when she submitted a vaccination card for the prior season. This triggered an investigation, and then she quit the show.
It triggered an investigation because they got to investigate to find out, okay, what's your reasoning? Like, they're not gonna just take your word.
The openly transgender actress announced her exit in April. She alluded her departure was due to bullying and personal happiness. She tweeted, "For 2 years, I've been bullied for being on the show. That was kind of a nightmare. And the moment I clapped back, Instagram flagged my comment as harassing them for trying to harass me on my page. It's unfair how they come on my page and say whatever with no consequences." However, she retracted, telling Ebony that she probably does receive more love than hate. "I was probably getting more love than hate, but the hate was so directed and so loud in my face. I'm glad that I'm living my truth. I'm glad that I can inspire others to be whatever they want to be. I'm glad that I can represent my LGBTQ plus community and just my Black community in general."
Okay, and then for me, that prompts all types of questions. Were these from your coworkers? Were these from people that you work with, or was it just the toxicity of social media? That is,
well, was it? Yeah, or is it true? I mean, you lied.
Right.
This is starting from your lie and working backwards. Like, this is the shit that gets erased, like I said, because it doesn't really matter how you identify. You got to show your work when you start throwing shit out like that. You can't just be saying shit. Because to me, it sounds like they got rid of you for a valid reason. You didn't want to comply with the workplace rule. And then you on the backside start talking real vague about, haters and the internet and the workplace and toxic. It's like, but what they got to do with you? That's the thing. You can avoid all responsibility for your part in it, because all you doing is throwing out that, hey, toxic workplace environment for me.
Throwing them catch-all words.
Yeah, like fuck that, man. Show your work. And I hope she, I hope she wasn't lying. I hope that you wouldn't just throw something out there terrible like that and it's really just to cover your ass. But how can I expect anything at this point?
Right, you didn't even get a true vaccination card.
All right, let's get into some other news. But before we do that, let me just tell y'all, gentlemen, Father's Day is just around the damn corner. And our friends at ManScaped are here to ensure all the father figures out there are looking like zaddy material this June.
Come on, get yourself ready for them daddy shorts, them thick thigh, hoochie daddy shorts. Thick thighs say lies, ain't just for women anymore.
ManScaped's Performance Package 4.0, which includes their signature Lawnmower 4.0, is a perfect bundle to tackle any and all old man hair from head to toe. This right here is no dad joke. Treat him and yourself and join the 4 million men worldwide who trust ManScaped with this exclusive offer. Get 20% off and free shipping with code TBGWT at manscaped.com. Trust me, his dad bod will thank you. Okay. And the mom bods and all them people gonna thank you too. Anybody that's got to see them, wrinkly old balls is gonna be thankful that they don't have to go through the thicket anymore. So you welcome. Code TBGWT at manscaped.com. Speaking of hairy situations.
Oh shit.
Monique and DL Hughley is in at round 7.
a 21 round bout.
Yeah, so I think the last place we was at was show the paperwork. DL Hughley shows his paperwork. It's a deal memo. She shows her paperwork. It's the first page of an 8-page contract that her husband drew up on their letterhead. And I'm not saying that pejoratively, nigga. That's what the goddamn business is. So like people was trying to make that sound like it's dismissive, but it's like, I'm being literal. This nigga is her manager, is her company, is their letterhead, and it's the first page of the contract. And I said last week, I'm prone to believe DL Hughley on this one. I think 1, his contract was honored, which says everything. 2, the people that are in that industry have been telling, because we know a lot of comedians, and what's happening is a lot of comedians don't want to go out loud on the record because Monique is so vindictive. But people been DMing me, texting me like, yeah, deal memo, that's what I get. That means the contract has been negotiated between my rep and them and the venue, and that's just, they're telling me what to expect when I get there. And that is routine and regular and happens all the time. Of course, social media lawyers turned into like, nah, that don't count. She said this because they're letting her define the terms of whatever. And whenever she moves the goalposts, then it's moved. So it turns, okay, so that was the original thing. That's where we left it. Then she goes on Instagram Live within it's like Wednesday, so then like Thursday, Friday. She goes on Instagram Live and does like a 57-minute Instagram. I can't lie, I did not watch the whole thing. I did watch a lot of it, but I couldn't. Like I ended up turning it off because it was just so bad. Like as a person that would have considered themselves a fan of Monique, this shit right here was like, oh man, that's sad. Like you going out sad because there was really no reason to move the goalpost, but she ends up moving the goalpost again. So anyway, on this live, it's her and Daddy, and this nigga is speaking a lot. Okay, had the camera turned the wrong way for the first 10 minutes. It was an old black Instagram live.
It was straight up and down.
Yeah, it was straight up and down, but they was looking sideways.
Yes.
Well, it's supposed to be straight up and down, but they had it sideways somehow.
Okay. Yeah. And Instagram is wild like that. It won't
change the orientation. So the first 10 minutes is them talking, and I suggest y'all go watch it because I think she uploaded it on her page if it's still up there, so that y'all don't have to take my word for it. I know there were people in our chat that were really defending her, even after all this shit. But the first 10 minutes is sideways, but the main gist of it was, if you don't side with me, you not siding with black women. And DL Hughley, she lays out the radio show she was on where the woman questioned her with that, what would you rather? And it was this question about her husband, like, would you rather he have sex with this man with a condom or a superhead with no condom? Ha ha ha. And she thought the question was disrespectful. Turns out DL Hughley wasn't even there that day.
And it never aired, right?
And the show never aired.
Right. So the public will never hear it.
So already that's kind of a little bit of a, okay, well what else could he have done? Like you didn't like it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. The whole thing about, you put your feet under my table and then you had the nerve to say blah, blah, blah about me. Turns out that happened because they were doing a show together years ago, like over 10 years ago. Nobody showed up. Only like 10 people showed up. It was a night of a fight. She invited everyone there, including DL Hughley, come back to our house to watch the fight. And so the whole put your feet under my table and I would never let somebody come to my house unless I da. She let 10 random fans come through and DL Hughley. But, according to him, they were cool. He thought they were cool from that. He didn't think it was a big deal. She also so she said she does this for like 50 minutes or whatever. And, at that point, I'm like, I guess it's still a contract thing, but you still haven't pointed out how DL Hughley did anything that violated you.
Right.
In this contract situation. Like, it still sounds like the promoter, if you're telling the truth, a promoter lied to you and a promoter lied to DL Hughley and then honored DL Hughley, but not you. That's what it still sounded like at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, maybe that's where it'll end. But of course, it doesn't end this Monique. So then she posts this 2-minute video clip from when DL Hughley had gone on, I want to say it was Sway in the Morning or something. And he had talked about, this is during the Cosby, many Cosby allegations. And he had given this powerful kind of confessional situation where he was saying, hey, we should believe these women when it comes to Cosby, because there was a time where my own daughter was sexually assaulted by a friend of mine. And I failed my daughter. I did not believe her. I'm supposed to be this man that protects her. I'm supposed to be her father. And I let her down because I thought it was too inconvenient to do the right thing for my daughter because I was friends with this man. And it hurt. I can never get that time back. I hurt my daughter forever. And she learned that her daddy wouldn't do the right thing if it was too inconvenient. So Monique posted this clip.
It's not gonna air. I said the fucking name.
Let me put it on the screen so y'all can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to give y'all some context.
Yeah, I've never seen. I
Shit
never seen
matters.
or heard this clip, but I heard about the clip.
Yeah, it's trying to give people the context, you know.
Right. And I thought it would. 10 minutes later, 5 to 10 minutes later, the people from Kiss FM and MS Communication came down, took that tape, said if it airs, you'll never work on radio again. Took it from everybody. Said this better never air. And it did not.
And it did not air.
I'm telling you, that's true shit. I swear that on my kid.
So
I know he's powerful enough to make that up.
So now you don't think so you're telling this story now.
I told it then. I told it on time. No, this is not. No, this is.
You told the story.
Oh, yeah, I swear to God.
Yeah.
See, people only hear what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Like I had known this for a long time and said it a long time ago. I remember I was on Tom Jordan's show. He's the one that got me my radio show, and I was on his show, and I told him, "Don't talk about Mr. Cosby." They have this idea, like you can be, like I said, you can be profane, you can be
So the original part of this is giving you context is coming off of DL say he's talked about Bill Cosby and the sexual assault shit in the past, and people have come and literally taken the clips and said, "Don't air this." So that's where this conversation started.
Profound. He's a lot of he's a humorist.
Yeah.
He's a benevolent. He's a humorist. He's a humanitarian. And he's a rapist. That's the way that you can be all them.
To be all those.
Man, I live next door to a dude.
And he says he's a rapist. He could be all that. And you hear the people, wow, because this was at a time when people really wasn't trying to hear Bill Cosby was a rapist. I literally just watched that 4-part W. Kamau Bell docuseries. We need to talk about Cosby. And even though we covered it on the show, we knew all that stuff, it was kind of sad because seeing all these black people, even the people he violated, mourning the loss of a cultural icon that meant a lot of shit to people.
I think that's the part people don't want to admit. You're mourning what you thought he was, not the reality of what he is. And a lot of people, that's where a lot of the denial came from. And you talked about it, and I will kind of touch on it, but for a lot of people, Bill Cosby kind of raised them. And if somebody raised you through the TV, because kids are impressionable, and then that person grows up to do these things, you go, well, what you sold, the bag of Bill that you sold me is not really you. It could be devastating. It could be heartbreaking. It can send you through this emotional roller coaster. And this is why it was a big fight back and forth, and why a lot of people are in denial and still in denial about it, because they go, I do not believe what you say, regardless of the facts in front of my face, because I want to believe this is a good human being.
Yep.
Dude, man. He took me to the free clinic. He told me about life. And he also was raping his daughter the whole time and went to jail. So to me, he's always going to be the dude who did. Everybody's do it. How come when people do stuff like this, they're always above reproach, nobody ever believes them, and then it's always a lot of it. And it's always and the reason it hits home to me is because my youngest daughter said something happened to her, and because it was somebody I like, I didn't believe her. And I'll never get that back. She'll never. I'm supposed to protect her, and I'll never get that back. That she told her father something, and he didn't do nothing about it because it was inconvenient. So I could see how that could play.
Right.
And there's so many everybody wandering around why women are mad and why people are like that. Look at the shit they go through. Yeah. Like when she said on Color Purple, a girl child ain't safe in the family for the minute. That's fucking true. And it's just that he is categorically everybody you ever see is like priests who are above reproach, or coaches who are above reproach.
Right. Teacher.
Nobody teacher, they would never. Why are you somebody's boyfriend? How would you? And he played on that, and to this date, he's never said he didn't do it. This is not gonna air. I said the fucking ain't, right?
So that's the full context of that clip. And honestly, the reason I wanted to bring that back up, as I alluded to yesterday, people really missed an opportunity when this clip first aired. And even now, I see people present it out of context, and it's always with this idea that like DL Hughley was somewhere going, and it was cool for me to do that, or you know what, and I do it again, or man, fuck my daughter, you know what I'm saying? It's all about brothers over here. He was literally saying the opposite. And what's funny is that it be the same people in many cases, black women that have asked for this from men. This type of growth, this type of honesty, this type of admission of failure, this type of admission of plea to others to do better, not to repeat their mistakes. And then when they get it, it's always like, nope, this is just a thing we're going to use against you, which is why people lie, why it's so easy to fool people, why people pretend they don't make mistakes. And it really, like,
it does people a disservice.
It showed me a lot about DL Hughley's integrity. That's how that clip was presented in the first place. And keep in mind, imploring people at the time where the vast majority of black people didn't believe Bill Cosby was a rapist, imploring them to be like, hey, as if DL Hughley didn't look up to this dude as an iconic comedian as well, imploring people to be like, hey man, we shouldn't just dismiss these women. And I've seen multiple people share this clip over time, over the last couple of weeks or whatever, to be like, y'all want me to side with DL Hughley, but blank. But this isn't evidence of what you think it is. Like, unless you have no critical thinking skills, this is literally evidence of the opposite. It's what you claim you want to see from people. Like, nobody has a time machine where they can go back and make every decision right, but they definitely have the ability to be like, this is where I fucked up and wouldn't do it again. And if you listening, don't do what I did because I fucked up, you know. And he's the one that got to live with it, not you. So he's literally the one being like, I gotta look my daughter in the eyes for the rest of my life. Okay, cool, whatever. But as the internet works, Monique, and I think Karen, you astutely point this out last week. She is like the living embodiment of like the internet.
Yes.
Like, I'm never wrong. Anything to score a point.
Always doubling down.
Don't have to be relevant. Doesn't have to make logical sense. Vindictive, petty. I go low. And
this is what they say they want. But when it start actually embodying itself and becoming true to form, it's not what you want, because you're like, oh my God, what is happening? But this is the bullshit that people put online all the time, constantly contradicting themselves, constantly enraged, constantly mad, constantly not forgiving, constantly gotcha, constantly I do right, you do no wrong, never forgive. It's always somebody else's fault, always making an excuse, moving the goalpost. This is what the internet does all the goddamn time.
And because it's also about putting on a show for people.
Correct.
Monique puts on a show for everybody. Whenever she's having one of these beefs, she's very public. And people eat that shit up. But that don't make them really rooting for you. That don't necessarily make them your friends. That don't make them people with your best interest in mind. They have their best interest in mind, which is, I want to see you give me more entertainment. The other thing, someone was talking to me. I was talking to someone the other day that said, why do you think she's always making her beefs appeals to the public rather than like, let me just go sue this person or whatever, or let me handle this in a business fashion? It's always like, let me go tell everybody what you did, and then, you know, like, I don't handle nothing privately. I want everybody to see everything. And I said, yeah, she does always making an appeal to the public, and you know why people support her is because they're the public.
Yes.
So think about what that word means, appeal. People like that. You're appealing to them. You're literally appealing to them, and the narcissism in those people goes, this is a good person because they are making the case to me. They're not making making the case in court. They're not making the case legally, or
I'm that important.
It makes me feel important that Monique thinks I'm the one to da. Meanwhile, it's really the opposite way, right? Because you ain't nobody and you can't do nothing about these contracts. It's really you becoming in her thrall, so there's nothing she can do that's wrong. So you end up being like, no matter what she does, it's got to be a reason for it. You know, I saw these two pieces that they wrote in The Root this week, and I was disgusted because they were doing what she says, which is like, you know, black women TM, I love us for real, you know, black women. And it was these pieces that basically was like, every black woman has been where Monique is, or every black woman has done. If we don't protect Monique, we're not protecting black women. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, every black woman don't do this.
No, they do not.
Every black woman doesn't go through this shit. And it also makes this false case of there's never been a black woman that's been wrong ever.
Right.
Every black woman is right.
And my thing is this, y'all know she ain't the only black woman in this industry. There are a lot of black women in this industry that we know that have had contract issues, didn't like people didn't like them, all types of shit.
And like, keep in mind, people do talk about those issues, but if DL was some type of offender in that way, this is the open opportunity. People would have came out.
Yes.
Like you would have seen people like, well, also he did me like he did Monique. Everyone's been like, no, not this time. Anyway, so the other thing that happens is she shares this video. And she shares this video with a caption that basically says, this is why he's a bad person. You know, like this is proof he didn't protect his daughter. This is based upon DL's own words that you just heard at real DL Hughley. When I said, how can DL's wife suck the dick of a coward? This is what I meant. When my husband and I say we have to fight for the little girls coming up behind us, and you see DL didn't believe his own daughter over a friend because he seemingly likes his friend more than he loved his own daughter and didn't want to be bothered by the inconvenient truth. This highlights why the black woman isn't believed when she publicly speaks about her trauma. By the way, I wonder if Sydney wrote this. And here's the reason I say that. When you watch the Instagram live video, watch how many times Sydney mistakes the plural black women for when he should say black woman. I'm just saying. Look, watch it yourself. Anyway, why the black women isn't believed when she publicly speaks about her trauma. Why does the black women and his DL's black wife have coming? Watch who stands with this man, and you're looking at the same ones who will sit down when our sisters are being attacked. I find it funny that DL will call out Ice Cube, Kanye, RZA, Aslam, Angela Stanton, myself, etc. But he won't call out the name of the person that violated his daughter. This is what happens for the people who said, I just need to let things go. P.S. Thank you, Amir S., who probably sent her this video. We love us for real, Sydney Hicks and Monique Hicks. I guarantee you he wrote that. But here's what I find interesting. People, because some people are going to fall for that, but I saw a lot more people jumping ship at this point. Like, hey
dog, like,
what does his daughter's trauma and bringing that up have to do with a fucking contract? What, like, this is not what you were talking about. This is not like, this seemed like some like, oh shit, he proved me wrong with the contract. Let me move the goalpost to he's a bad person, you know, which is crazy to me. And not to mention people being like, you know, people brought up validly. So if you knew this, why did you want to open for him and work with him in the first place?
Right. When
you have just said this guy's a disgusting person. But this is the shit people do, because people just see stuff like this as a way to score points. They don't see any of these people as human beings.
No, so it's all entertainment.
Yeah, it's very much like, aha, what about this? You know, so yeah, that was wild to see. And of course, people were very at that point, you start to see a few people be like, man, fuck you. Like, what's wrong with you? So DL Hughley's daughter, his oldest daughter, not the middle daughter. The middle daughter is the one that Monique was talking about and DL was talking about. His oldest daughter left a comment. Hi, real Monique. I'm Ryan Nicole Shepard, DL Hughley, and LaDonna Hughley's eldest daughter. You've now publicly disrespected my mother, who I love and care for very much. Interesting. Yep. That suck a dick of a coward is disrespectful to her. That's true. Mm-hmm. And my baby sister, who I love and care for very much, to get back at my father, who I love, respect, and care for very much. At this point, I feel like you are asking my family and myself to act out of character. Out of all the things you could have legitimately said about my dad, if that's the route you wanted to take, you chose to be deliberately mean and hurtful to two black women who have nothing to do with this conversation. Using my mama and my sister to show people my father's character only shows how little mental stability, dignity, morality, and respect you have, not only for yourself, but other black women. You are clearly 2 crayons short of a full box, sis. You're disgusting, and you absolutely need to keep every single member of my family's name out of your poisonous mouth. Not because you can do us harm, you can't, but because you are adding to the historical and systemic disrespect and trauma of other black women who you claim to love. And for what? A check? You bringing up trauma for a concert lineup discrepancy? All you've done is proven that you have no moral compass. Nothing is too far in your quest to prove a point. And I'm blessed that my parents raised children who have no idea how you could possibly go here. We Hughleys are going to have a good ass day and a blessed life. We are healed, we are whole, and we love each other fiercely and deeply. You can continue to live in that scorched earth kingdom of yours. Get some help, man, for real. Oh, and if you want to have this conversation in person, I'll happily give you my address. Now that last line sounded a little like you know, like a threat. I'm not. I don't know, it sounds a little. It didn't. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because it's about to be relevant in a few seconds. But that last line did not sound like a true open invitation, as much as it sounded like a "hey, motherfucker,"
like you being online bold, like come on over here and say it to my face.
Like you might need to watch with who you talking to like that. If you want to talk about it in person, then come see me. Because that's my real family member you're talking about, and I'm not just talking about DL Hughley, my whole family.
Right.
And it sounded like, to me, a cute way to say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then Monique's response was very telling on Instagram. Let me look it up because she just posted it. I thought it was very telling what she wanted out the situation, because I think when you read that, to me, there's a connotation of like, you've offended these people, you've hurt these black women you claim to be defending. People have told you were doing that. People been in your comments trying to get you to stop. You don't want to listen to anybody because you have to be the one that's right, and everyone else has to be anti-black or wrong. And so she posted that same comment, and then Monique's caption was at Brown Sugar and Bourbon. That's her Instagram name for DL Hughley's oldest daughter. Mm-hmm. Hey, young sister. Thank you for the invitation for a discussion. We would like to take you up on it because it could be a very healing for our community. Have at Real DL Hughley set up a time for you and your family and my husband and I to come on his show, and we will go from there. I love us for real.
Fuck is this? She didn't say nothing about her goddamn daddy. She said meet me.
She also didn't. Yeah, she didn't say something about going on no show.
Right. You want to talk about this? Talk to me.
Like, it's still a show for you. It's still entertainment. It's still showbiz to you. It's still Hollywood. You insulted this real people, real family, use real trauma, and what you want out of it is an appearance on a radio show. So y'all could be fake nice, and then the next second that he says anything, you can go off on him again. And this is what narcissists do, and it's what they want from shit. Like, everything always, they never admit they're wrong, because at that point, I'm sorry, but anybody that wouldn't have at least taken a step back and said, hey, I didn't even if they're like, I didn't even mean for y'all to get hurt. I'm not trying to hurt black women. But that would have just been a perfect time to even just say that part. Like, hey, I see what you're saying. I see how it could be hurtful, and you're right. And that's my bad. It was about the contract. It's not about the contract. Now it's about being on a radio show. It's publicity. It's promotion. And it's promotion through this bullshit of black women TM. I love us TM. He's a coon. And I said when she said this shit on stage, I was like, you're not going to be able to reconcile those things because what you said is so out of pocket. One, she would never apologize. But two, even if she did, you can understand people being like, I don't want you on my fucking radio show. I don't want you around my family. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to deal with you anymore. This was so out of pocket. I don't owe you forgiveness. Mm-hmm. I don't owe you grace.
No, I don't.
And the same people that will do the Monique doesn't owe anybody anything will be like, but why DL Hughley ain't gonna have her on the show?
Like, because he doesn't owe her that.
Yeah, like, it's crazy, man. But yeah, I seeing so many people.
It's always a choice.
Seeing so many people cop pleas, and they've now gone quiet. They're not gonna come out because a lot of this was never about her. It was about hating DL Hughley and him as because he said shit in the past that I found disagreeable and problematic. I still think what he did with Terry Crews, who ironically niggas don't like anymore anyway. But I still think what he did to Terry Crews was fucked up. I don't think just because I don't like the shit Terry Crews has said afterwards, I don't think it makes it okay that DL Hughley was being so dismissive about that man being sexually assaulted. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, dude like that is more about people not liking him and then being fooled by that black women shit that they end up siding with somebody like Monique, who, I'm sorry, this is monstrous behavior. And it makes me go back and look at all the other shit and be like, so what was the truth then? What was real and what was not? Because the difference between like a DL Hughley and Netflix is that Netflix ain't really got time for all this shit. Like, Netflix ain't trying, they don't really give a fuck if you say something about them that's not really true, or you say something about them that you
only
can't
time
prove.
we care is when you take that shit to trial. That's the only time
Yeah.
we care.
And like they got the money to give up, to be like, just leave us alone.
Mm-hmm.
They have, but like a person like DL Hughley, where it's my integrity on the line, and you're talking about my daughter's sexual assault, I might not be able to just clock it to the game.
Right.
You know, and ultimately, I love what the daughter said, the oldest daughter, where she was like, you're doing this to try to get us to react. Because see, that is the part. If you never dealt with a narcissist, y'all don't know.
Come on. Yes, sir.
But if you never dealt with this type of narcissist, you'll never understand, because they do shit to you. Then your reaction is vindication for what they have done already.
Correct.
And they have the flying monkeys, which is the internet and the people you saw get excited and run. DL Hughley ain't never been shit. His daughter was raped and he didn't do nothing. You know, those people are the flying monkeys, and they showed a lot of potential. Like, I clock that stuff. I'll be paying attention to that shit online. I'll be like, ooh. You know, same with Johnny Depp. Ooh.
Yeah, and people don't even know. They don't even know that that's what they're doing.
Yeah, well, yeah, you don't. The flying monkeys don't know their role in it, but it's like, oh, you're easily manipulated. That's not good. You know, but as Kendrick Lamar said, being manipulative is such a required taste. But it's such an acquired taste. But yeah, it's like you can see those people are easily manipulated, and to me, it's like, you know, I can't help it. I lose a little bit of respect for him because I think it's stupid. Not even on some moral shit, but just like, ooh. So this motherfucker said something, and you immediately jumped into at DL Hughley, at Amber Heard's mentions and shit. Like, you didn't stop and think for a second. Like, well, that's
levels of critical thinking,
yeah,
right?
Like, yeah. So like, it was interesting to see people do that.
And as more information came out, you could see people be like, oh, especially people who got critical thinking skills, was like, this shit ain't adding up. Okay, it's a problem. But then you have the other group of people that the flying monkeys that no matter what is said, they're going to defend it to the end.
And the most they can do right now is be quiet.
Correct.
Because they ain't gonna have no integrity and be like, yeah, I was out of pocket. I was wrong.
They be quiet to the next incident, then they be back up in arms again.
Yeah. Because it's a pattern for them.
Correct.
But the thing that was just so astute was what she was probably hoping was that DL Hughley would go on the air and say a bunch of problematic shit,
and he did not.
And swing wildly the way that she swung wildly, where she's insulting gay people and she's insulting women and she's insulting like where if he would have attacked, like when I saw a clip of Corey Holcomb talking about it, she was hoping he was gonna go Corey Holcomb.
Yes, and
be calling her all kinds of like unfunny and fat and this, that, and the other. He never insulted her that way. And because he didn't, it really didn't leave her a place to land. So she moved to his daughter. He didn't do nothing when his daughter was sexually assaulted to that.
Because people who like to set shit on fire will always have fire around them. Either it's a fire and they run into it, or if it's no fire, they will set the shit on fire themselves, because it has always got to be a fire around them at all the time. And the reason why they have a fire, because guess what? Is there fire, there's always a victim. And so if there's no fire, there's no victim.
Yeah, man. I think the sad part is, and this is just gonna always happen within the community, and it's always been a big turnoff for me, but it goes back to the gender war shit. Everything with social media goes back to this huge harmful rift between black men and black women within, in the cishet part at least, and maybe even in other areas, but it just always goes back down to this, like, this becomes representative of all black men, she becomes a representation of all black women, depending on what side you're on. The other side can't do no right, the other side can't do no wrong, and it's so destructive. It's so easily manipulated, and you watch people say shit, and it's really them yelling about themselves, but trying to act like it's about the topic at hand. And that's the sad part of it, you know?
Yeah, and for me, if you've lived long enough, you've had bad situations with people of the opposite sex, people of the same sex, all types of genders. But I know for me, when it comes to, because I've been on the internet long enough, when certain shit happen, you can automatically tell where people are going to fall. Like you can automatically tell. And the people that actually use critical thinking that falls in the middle, everybody, both sides argue with that person. Like that person don't know what the fuck they talking about when they be like, hey, y'all, navigate this a little bit better. This is not as cut and dry as y'all, want to be. And it's fuck them bitches, fuck them niggas. Like that's kind of all people see a lot of times immediately. As time goes along, people will kind of navigate through that and be like, oh, okay. Nuance, like almost like cooler heads will prevail. But when shit first splash on the timeline, people had them hard lines on this shit.
Yeah, and I think much like how this started with Monique, where it's like admitting you're wrong is weakness. So I can never go back and say I went too far.
Correct.
I was wrong. Like that's a thing you ain't never heard her say, that she was ever wrong about anything for any reason.
No apologies.
And also this is the other thing. I suggest people go watch those videos, because a lot of people, and myself included in this, for years I've been like, well, listen, she's a strong Black woman. She's opinionated. She feels she was done wrong. She's still very funny, and I still stand by that. And it just is what it is. Like, if this is just how she wants to navigate shit, that's her choice. Man, when you watch those fucking videos and you see how much is Sydney just over her shoulder, cutting her off, speaking for long periods of time without her, and it's supposed to be her social media, her video, and her explaining what happened, and it's him. Yeah, man, all that illusionary imagery of it was always, she's a boss bitch, and he's just it don't. You can watch it yourself and tell me you feel that way, because it don't come off like that. It come off like she's a puppet, and daddy is telling her what, hyping her up and getting her more and more problems in her career, and leeching off of her. That's just the way it looked to me. So, Pastor John Gray. Stop me if you heard this one before. He is accused of cheating again.
Roger told me that shit. I said, again? Nigga.
Being accused of cheating on his wife once again by controversial.
What he gonna get at this time? A house?
By controversial YouTube personality Tasha K. Now, I think, is Tasha K the same one that lied on Cardi B?
Oh, the one that got sued?
I'm trying to see. Yeah, so she did get sued for libel by Cardi B, and I think she lost. But yeah, she posted a video calling out the popular South Carolina pastor of Relentless Church after allegedly having a personal conversation with a woman claiming to be his mistress. He's sending me cash apps. He said he's going to move me to Atlanta. He's going to buy me a house. He's going to buy me a car, claimed the alleged mistress. Tasha K claimed the alleged mistress told her. The vlogger explained the alleged mistress's claims that she had virtual massage sessions with the pastor for a month. And what the fuck is a virtual massage?
Me either.
Sound like a hustle. That sounds like the biggest hustle of all, if that's a real thing, a virtual massage. Before realizing he was well-known Pastor John Gray, Tasha claims the woman was virtually pleasing Gray over the phone and being told she would receive all of the material possessions. But after pleasing Gray, the alleged mistress was left dissatisfied. Fellow YouTube personality Larry Reed stepped into the situation to get some clarity on the alleged affair. Who's Larry Reed? This a new one.
I have no idea.
This sound like niggas. Tasha K, Larry Reed. Like over by the Piggly Wiggly. Reed posted a video offering his updated allegations after his own personal conversation with the alleged mistress. He also revealed the video the alleged mistress sent Tasha K, confirming her alleged relations with Gray. Reed touched the deep-rooted pain Pastor Gray is possibly experiencing personally, and that he is not comfortable sharing with the public. After speaking with the alleged mistress, Reed says the woman has never met Gray personally. This nigga be virtually cheating. Come on, man.
In the DMs.
He cheating in the VR, virtual, in the meta space. Come on, man.
In the meta world.
You about to lose everything because you can't keep your phone in your pocket, not even your dick in your pants.
Your phone.
Yeah.
You can't keep your camera off.
Right. You can't keep your webcam closed.
I mean, damn, nigga.
How you gonna lose half?
Turn off that FaceTime.
Right. He gonna lose half because he was sending too many of eggplant emojis.
Right.
Her relations with Gray were all virtual. They did not fuck, Reed claimed, using a variation of the curse word. Oh, fruck. I don't know what that means. These videos that they have posted, y'all just have to see the journalism that is happening in the John Gray universe. This Tasha K's video.
When you go that long not having no pussy because the Lord said no, you didn't deserve it. That's what happened. So I'm talking to her and she said,
that's a lot of bottles of wine in the back.
Oh wow, got a display.
Yeah.
You know, he's sending me cash apps. He said he's gonna move me to Atlanta. He's gonna buy me a house. He's gonna buy me a car. And then every time we get on the phone, he wanna jack his dick. And once he jacks his dick, he forgets about everything that he said. I said, don't they? That's why you gotta stop before we.
So that's through Tasha K's third hand. And then this is Larry Reed.
John has been in a process of healing, growing, because of the things that he have went through.
What is going on with the state of the YouTube thing? We got to step our YouTube game up, where it was just only show the mic and we're standing. I need some shades and apparently a chain. You need to get some bottles of wine behind you.
Got your sunglasses on inside.
Yeah, we not looking cool. We not looking as cool as these people. We look like regular people and shit.
Let me say this. There is a difference between a person that is wounded and a person that is wicked.
Oh, he about to do a sermon. Just tell us the details.
Thank you. Right. We don't need all that foolishness.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad for his wife. Because, I actually kind of feel good for her because I'm sure she'll get something.
A house. We got to step the game up.
Yeah. Last
Then
time
I
I
got
think
a
it was
car.
a car. Yeah.
Mhm. We got to get us some stocks and bond. Hey, Miss Smart, get that building. Shout out to the building.
Avenger got to do something, man.
Come on, her name is gonna be on the side of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Aim high, ladies. Aim high.
Speaking of mess, Vivica Fox says she was watching the Jada Pinkett Smith Red Table Talk, where Jada Pinkett spoke for just less than 2 minutes about the infamous slap heard around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And Jada basically says that she hopes that Chris and Will can get together. They're very talented, blah, 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 and they can heal off of this, blah, blah, blah. And Vivica Fox said she was so hurt by this that it made her cry. It really, I really felt that to be a partner to Will Smith, whose career basically took a crumble that night, I felt to be a good partner, there was no accountability. I just love that Will Smith was man enough to stand up and apologize that night, you know. Oh, that was okay. So later, yeah. Creasley later said that he felt as though Jada seemed to be a robot in the video. Fox didn't agree, saying that her longtime peer's energy seemed to be a little cold. Yeah, it's interesting because if I don't know what people want Jada to say specifically, because Jada didn't do it.
Right.
What would she say? Right. What would she say that would make you okay? Because
nothing. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Just admit. A lot of people. Maybe this just was frustrating me. A lot of people will never admit we knew nothing about their relationship. Now we know everything about their relationship, everything that they're choosing to tell us. And now people complain about it's too much information when before we wanted to know everything. Now we're knowing everything. And now we're like, shut the fuck up, bitches. You know, and it's also one of those things. I think a lot of people are obsessed with with their YouTube thing. I mean, not YouTube, Facebook thing that she does. And a lot of people will never admit they're fans and they're hurt. That they're hurt because of the action of her husband, and since they're hurt because of the action of her husband, and because a lot of people consider marriage is linked, you're one. So if you're hurt because of the action that he did, you're hurt because of the action that she did. She did not do anything. She did not go on stage. She didn't hit nobody. None of that shit. But every time this woman opens up her mouth, everybody comes out with the swords like she's the one that did the action. She did not.
They act like if she turned her back on Will Smith and dropped him and said, I hate him too now, y'all were right, he's a piece of shit, we shouldn't be together, also I'm a piece of shit, I shouldn't be with him, it's all my fault. First of all, they act like if she did what I just said, they wouldn't then turn on her and be like, look how she did that black man, threw him under the bus, left him when he was in the most pain. I don't know what these people want from them other than to have never taken control of their own narrative, because it seems like people like them more when they were making up nasty rumors about them from afar. And then when they took it over and said, actually, we'll tell y'all what we want y'all to know, it was like, how fucking dare you? You know, I don't get it. If you don't like what he did to Chris Rock, I totally understand that. I agree with it. I don't think he should have done that. But if you're holding on to that, then just admit that you can't move on. Right. Don't make it their fault, because guess what? Life goes on. No matter how terrible something was or how terrible something happened, people move on from it. And they're allowed to and will move on from it. They're not gonna be stuck here for the rest of their lives, even with you thinking it was the worst thing in the world. Like they're allowed to go and make a living. They're allowed to do this. And I just thought it was weird how personal people took it. But at the same time, for someone like, I think even Vivica Fox, and she's the representative of a lot of people, I think the denial is saying, yo, it was traumatic for a lot of people.
It was.
And I don't mean just people that was there, just the fans, just the friends, just a lot of people that saw that look at them as, and I mean them, Will Smith, Chris Rock, Jada Pinkett, it's like black royalty almost. And it was this big ass moment on the biggest, whitest stage in the world. And you had this like very violent, ridiculous thing happen. And yeah, we're talking about it months later because it did bother people that much. And she was saying, she was like, I cried watching it. And part of me wonders if you're just really crying because it was brought up, like because it happened, it was acknowledged, because it was a moment that triggered a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
You know?
And also I think a lot of people had that reaction because they looked up to all of the people involved. Like they actually looked up to them. And when you look up to somebody who you don't know, but you actually look up to them from afar and from a distance, and they are human and have human moments, you're very disappointed. You're very hurt. And I understand this. You're very betrayed. Like you feel betrayed. Like they let you down for having a real moment. Like, no, I'm supposed to have the real moments, not you. You're supposed to go up there and do the right things at all times because that's what you presented to me.
Well, to me, it's like, it's not even just that it's a real moment. It's so out of character, and it's a violent moment.
Correct.
It's violence. It is. It's not word violence. It's not triggered violence in the like way to the parlance of, it's real physical violence that happened on the stage in front of people, and it resonates with people because it's supposed to be a place where that doesn't happen, you know. So but yeah, it just feels like when I hear that, I wonder what the fuck is Jada allowed to say?
Right.
What is she supposed to say? Like, because I've seen even when she didn't say stuff, I've seen people make up quotes where she's like, I'm a strong woman, and if I don't need anyone to go hit someone on my behalf.
Correct.
And people go, well, she didn't say that, Cam.
Oh, okay.
She didn't say that. That's my point. People make up the quote, and then people get charged up behind that. It's a made up quote. She hasn't addressed it yet. This is the first time she's talked about it.
Okay, and that's the thing. The thing is, they have a platform, and at some period of time, I got a feeling this will be addressed on that.
It might be, yeah, it might be. But my point being, like, even the made up quote made people mad. So there's nothing that she could say. Honestly, if you just agree with the quote I was about to say, where you're like, yo, that sounds reasonable. She didn't need him to do that. Well, that pissed a bunch of people off too. And then she comes out and says, yeah, he better get up there and slap somebody. It's gonna piss a bunch of people off too. And it's all behind this man having done this shit. Period. It's not about her. It's literally about the male ego. That's what it's about.
Yes. And like I said, it's one of those things where people look at women as property. And so it's one of the things where for some people, and I've realized this, whether they do it consciously or subconsciously, you always blame the Black woman. And this is something that people may never admit, but
Right.
what the fuck does she have to do with two men on a stage?
Right.
Absolutely, positively nothing. This was his ego. She, at no period of time do I see a video or a clip with her saying, "Baby, go get him." Stand nothing.
Right.
But she got blamed. And so I'm, as somebody, I'm like, and I think that's what frustrates me about this situation, is that you keep coming back to her, and it's like, no, this is about these men. What the fuck does she has to do with it? Anytime she shows her face or says anything, talks about alopecia, anything, everybody gets mad, upset, and enraged. Every time, her Facebook thing comes on, everybody comes up and gets mad and talk shit and tell her daughter, "Now bitches, shut up and be quiet." It's like, y'all got problems with these women.
Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey broke up after a year together. Both completely heartbroken, said source.
Oh,
And all the rumors are out. He's 10 years older than her, so it was like he was ready to settle down, have some kids, and she wasn't. Is one of the rumors. Another rumor is that their PR, publicity, relationship contract is over. I don't know.
good luck to you all.
Yeah, I don't know. I did see the gender wars are starting already off of this.
Course.
It was, well, what do y'all expect? She need to move on because he ain't shit. And she gonna fucked up. She gonna lost a good man. And I don't know these strangers.
Beautiful people doing beautiful things. Have a good time.
I don't know these strangers. Good luck to them.
Good luck to you.
Why can't we talk
all.
about something that we all do have an opinion about, like Nick Cannon's baby mama, Abby De La Rosa, announcing that she's pregnant again, and she didn't say who the daddy is yet.
Oh shit, he might have another one.
But she said she might have twins again.
Oh shit.
And she said if y'all want to know more information, follow her on her OnlyFans account.
Oh, trust, we'll know if it's him. He don't miss a photo shoot, honey. That's one man, he don't miss nobody's photo shoot.
Yeah.
He gonna be in the babies. If he find out it's his, he gonna be in the photo shoot.
Yeah. So she posted this but you can't see Nick Cannon in there. It'd be funny if it's an Easter egg and he is in there behind the balloons.
Oh, he is.
If it was like,
that'd be hilarious.
You just need to rearrange the balloons in a certain way. You get and make his face, and you like, oh,
damn, he was
of course he was there. But yeah, she said go on her OnlyFans if y'all want to see, I guess. Listen, if you got an OnlyFans, I don't want to hear how your baby was made. I want to see how your baby was made. Okay,
we're on the OnlyFans.
If I gotta pay for some content on your OnlyFans, I want to see the baby batter being created. Come on. Who the fuck are the people paying to hear? Guys, you're right. It was Nick Cannon.
To see how the sausage is made.
Okay, we want to see Nick's Cannon. If we going to,
we need to see him shooting the double dose.
We want to see the Dick Cannon. If we going on your OnlyFans, okay? We not trying to see this content of you telling us some shit you could have told us on Instagram. Come on, man.
Right?
Florida snipers cover rescue divers in an alligator-filled Miami pond. So, a woman and her child went missing in a pond.
Okay.
And they sent the divers in to get them.
Okay.
But the pond was full of alligators.
Oh no!
So then this woman, Nieves Matos, 80, and her son, Mario Laza, 56, traveled along the Florida Turnpike when they lost control of the vehicle, careened into a retention pond off the highway.
Oh no.
Witnesses dove in the water and police rescue teams followed. But cops realized the waters were teeming with alligators and had snipers surround the rescuers to halt any potential attacks. Footage from the incident shows snipers lying on their stomachs with guns trained on the water as alligators swam around the pond. Matos was eventually located and pulled from the water and survived the incident, but her son died at the local hospital.
Oh.
Relatives for the mother and son set up a GoFundMe. But oh my God.
Right. Everybody ran in there to save you. That's like, oh, wait a minute, there's alligators in here.
First of all, this is a movie plot. Like, let's go ahead and write this script.
Come on.
Shooting alligators? My God. Florida.
And you know what? These people had to be trained in alligator shooting.
I mean, it's Florida, so yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
I mean, you had to be trained
And there had to be some big caliber bullets.
to piss that alligator. Yes.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, what a crazy story. Alligator snipers. When you get that call, we need the sniper squad out here.
When you get that call?
What we shooting? Alligators. Are they robbing a bank? No, nigga, just get to the lake.
Were they on somebody's shoes?
All right, just get to the lake.
Are they on purses? They're like, no, nigga, a real alligator.
Catcalling has been outlawed in Spain as they fortify women's rights.
Good. Don't nobody like that bullshit.
The equality minister welcomes the changes, but far-right party Vox accuses the government of promoting hatred of beauty and of men. Hatred of beauty.
The fuck is this? And hatred of men. We just don't want you to do the shit. I just want to walk around without somebody saying, hey, nice tits, a big ass.
Girl, why you hating on that beauty? Okay. I'm allowed to comment. That's what we need. Freedom of speech. It's like, I love how they make it sound like it's some eloquent, poetic shit that's happening, where it's really like, what's going on, sweet titties? Ha ha, yeah, bitch. Oh, well, fuck you then, ho. You know, that's what's happening.
That is exactly what's happening.
Wolf whistles and shit. They make it sound like it's so, like, classy. Like if men are walking up like, you are like a rose in full bloom in the midsummer moonlight or something. Like, they're not saying that. They're saying, like, nice pussy lips, bitch. That's what they're saying.
Right.
What are you talking about?
You know, one of them things that was like, men get under control. Men was like, no. They was like, fuck it. We got to make a law to force y'all to act like you got some common sense.
I do wonder how they're going to enforce it.
Yeah, that's going to be the problem. Yes.
I do wonder, you know, like, are the cops going to arrest you? Do you get fined? What happens if it's somebody out there that wants to be like fuck it, I'll pay the fine. I'm just whistling at all the women. Like,
I got the fine.
The bill also reforms Spain's controversial rape law. Oh, well, you would think this will be the lead in the article. So that any non-consensual penetration will now count as rape, because it didn't before.
What? Ain't that the definition of rape?
Regardless of whether violence or intimidation was used. Comments, propositions, or behavior of sexual nature can cause a situation of humiliation, hostility, or intimidation for the victim, and that will be punishable with a fine, community service, or up to 1 month long period of house arrest. So you don't go to jail for the hey baby, let me see that ass.
Okay, but back to the rape. Ain't that the definition of rape?
Karen, please. I believe we covered that. This is really all about wolf whistling. Okay.
Spain's way to bury the lead, Spain.
Spain's left-wing government celebrated the passing of the feminist penal code, but right-wing parties oppose the legislation, which they claim reduces men's rights to the presumption of innocence and attacks traditional behavior between the sexes. Also, I mean, look, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe we'll be talking about this in a month or whenever it goes into effect, and I'll be wrong. But I have a feeling that your coworker, and I'm not even saying this is cool to do, but I have a feeling that your coworker or some woman that coming out of a grocery store and you being like, I like that dress, girl. I have a feeling that person's not going to jail. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. My guess is it's not going to be that person getting the fine. Mm-hmm. You know, and more than likely, it's not even going to be people doing the wolf whistling, getting the fines for the most part, because think what that means. I got to call the cops. I got to stay there and wait. I got to track you down. A lot of this stuff,
over aggressive people.
A lot of this stuff happens in passing. So you're not even going to find, like, what woman I'm making the time. Like, it's going to have to be something pretty egregious for me to literally call the cops and get a fine and get you to get in trouble. Like, more than likely, if somebody, it's still going to be people doing this shit. Like, hey, like, look at them titties. And it's just going to be women going, I don't want to call the 911 number for this shit.
Right. It ain't that important right now.
Let me just
I got a meeting. I got somewhere to go.
Let me just get on my bus and get the fuck out of here. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. I just feel bad for all the cops that, you know, have to find themselves now. We see you, cops. It be y'all. All right, let's move into another section. Let's do some fucking with black people. Oh, it would help if I was in the right section for this. Let's do some fucking with black people. And I kind of have to pee. So I wonder
Okay.
if this is long enough for me to pee and get back.
We about to see.
We're just fucking with them people because they black. We're just fucking with them people because they black. We're just fucking with them black people. We're just fucking with them blacks. We're just fucking with the black people. Hey. Yay. I said again, you leave me alone. All I wanna do is go home. I said, leave me alone. I wanna live another day. I said, he won't leave me alone. I wanna go home like you are.
That surely is funky.
Oh, yeah.
You
Welcome
timed that
back.
just right. Song just ended.
Fucking with black people is a segment where we go all around the globe, find different articles, make us feel fuck with, and we assign point scores of 0 to 100 in intervals of 25. Today's contestants, everybody. All right, let's talk about it. Who was fucking with us now? This is a big one.
Oh shit.
Dr. Umar.
Okay.
Okay, this is a I hope y'all are ready.
Oh shit. Y'all, do we need to be sitting down?
There's a video of Dr. Umar. It looks like he was hollering at a white woman.
Mr. Pro Black?
Mr. Pro Black.
Oh no.
Which might complete the set. But this is him.
You got it. You got it.
At the mall. So it looked like a white woman was putting it looked like she was putting his contact information in her phone, and he was helping her do it. Then he picks up his bag at the white man shopping mall, probably not full of pro black products.
You know it's not.
And she gives him the nod, like, yeah, I got the number in there.
You got it. You got it. Look at it.
And he's smiling in her face and everything. Like, you know, you're supposed to hit her with that Malcolm X when she's like, what can I as a white woman do for the movement? And you can be like, nothing. That's what you're supposed to do. This D was all smiling in her face.
You got it. You got it. Look at it.
Oh my God. Not Dr. Umar.
Not Mr. Day Witty, angry and came out with jobs. Not him.
I guess he gonna get the money for the school by any means necessary.
Any means.
Oh my God, I can't believe this. Not a white woman.
He letting all the kings down, ain't he?
Oh my goodness. This is how I felt to me.
All kinds of bitches up in here. Hey, what did I tell you about disrespecting my Nubian princess? With disrespect, you. Oh my God. The mother of Mecca is right here before me. Do my eyes not deceive me, or am I looking at the goddess Isis herself? Can you do me a favor, my brown skin, ain't you? Can you tap that white girl for me? My milk of magnesia. Oh, after the devil made you, he broke the mold. But maybe you and I could make a little jungle TV. Okay, yeah, all right.
I can't believe it.
All kinds of bitches.
And then the worst part is, like, it fits the mold so well. I mean, we do know that, you know, it be them. Sometimes it be the pro blackest brothers.
Guess what? And there's nothing wrong with that. But you know, it's just one of them things where you
Honestly,
go so hard.
It's something wrong with it for him, Karen.
For him, yes.
Okay. And it wasn't even a pog. Like, at least not from what I could tell. She looked like a regular white woman. Okay. He looked so excited.
For me,
Cause there's some hot white out here tonight. Okay, now I gotta say, listen, I have been known to fuck some white girls in my lifetime. Yeah! Okay, now I have spent my life on some TMZ, and every time you see me in a club, guess who I walk out with? Who? A lovely blonde white chick.
We can't have nothing. Not even our toxic hoteps. Like, can't you at least keep your hatred and misogyny and homophobia in the black community? Why add this to it, brother? Now, he did address it on his Twitter.
Okay, from his car.
Yeah, he tweeted this from his 5G. Yes, I was at Cherry Hill Mall today. My iPhone crashed last night, and the closest Apple store was an available appointment. Today was in Jersey. As I was leaving the mall, I stopped at a kiosk to view the incense and crystals, of course. The non-African woman is simply the vendor. African with a K, by the way. And why are you buying from a white woman at her kiosk? You couldn't find no pro-black, as much black nigga incense I got in this house. You couldn't find nobody. You couldn't get the nag chimp or the African lion from the flea mall. You had to go to the white woman in the white man's mall at the white kiosk.
I don't believe you.
And then he put hashtag we hate Papa. Dr. Umar was at Cherry Hill Mall. Bo was at low. So then, yeah. My goodness. Someone put up a meme of Luca looking at Devin Booker. White people seeing Dr. Umar get caught in that mall. Dr. Umar trying to explain himself. Wait, where's the right link? Sorry, I think it clicked on the wrong one. But yeah. Oh, the account got suspended. Oh, the Teps got him. Oh, someone posted that clip.
Oh my God. The mother of Mecca is right here before.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Dr. Umar, when he sees European incense and crystals.
Oh no!
Oh man. Dr. Umar. Oh man. That is so sad. Dr. Umar beating the Babylonian bimbo allegations.
Oh no!
Snoop Dogg when he won his murder case. Dr. Umar said, me with a white bitch, and then and then the picture of Ray Allen, how he got game. These memes are great.
I love us.
They put the koofies. They put the koofies on our boys. Supreme Dreams. Oh man.
Koofies make me laugh every time.
Meanwhile, Dr. Umar was talking shit about Bronny James bringing a white girl to the prom.
Oh no, you can't do that.
And I didn't do this. We all seen that white woman's face. That's the face of a white woman getting the digits. That's not the face of a white woman making a sale of incense. 0 to 100, Karen.
It's a 0 for me because I don't care.
Dracarys!
But I know
Dracarys, I give it
100.
a billion. This is one of the highest scores I've ever seen on this goddamn show. That is so patently offensive.
Yeah.
For a nigga that thinks this nigga think everything racist. Everything. You go to McDonald's, you like, why the straws got to be white? See, my people, this is what's wrong with us.
Why the plastic forks got to be white?
Now, do you understand? You see, the spork is black, but the fork is white.
Why they got white hot towels? What are they trying to say?
Because black people got to do both jobs. They got to be a fork and a spoon. Like, he always see a problem with everything, but this nigga buying white people incense, trying to make me feel bad.
Why the paper gotta be white?
Come on, man. I'm disgusted with that man. Got another offender, Charles Booker.
Who?
It's time to see if we fuck with Charles Booker. Has a campaign ad, and I'm gonna show you the ad, and you let me know if you're how you feel.
Okay.
It's a minute and 12 seconds long.
The pain of our past persists to this day. In Kentucky, Like many states throughout the South, lynching was a tool of terror. It was used to kill hopes for freedom. It was used to kill my ancestors. Now, in a historic victory.
For those that can't see this,
What?
he's wearing a noose as he's delivering the monologue for this ad, and he's like standing under a tree with the noose, and he has his suit on with the flag lapel pin and all that stuff.
For our Commonwealth, it was used to kill my ancestors. Now, in a historic victory for our Commonwealth, I have become the first Black Kentuckian to receive the Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate. My opponent, the very person who compared expanded health care to slavery. The person who said he would have opposed the Civil Rights Act.
Rand Paul.
The person who single-handedly blocked an anti-lynching act from being federal law. The choice couldn't be clearer. Do we move forward together? Or do we let politicians like Rand Paul forever hold us back and drive us apart? In November,
taking the noose out.
We will choose healing. We will choose Kentucky.
Care?
Ooh, that was a lot to take in. I'm gonna give this a 75. It's not a Jacaris because I understand.
Oh yeah, it's nowhere close to Dr. Umar hollering at a white woman.
Because I understand the purpose behind and the visual thing behind what he's doing. Like that. That's the purpose I understand. And I could even see the nooses at first, but once you put the noose around your neck, like for particularly if you just said you the first Black in Kentucky, in motherfucking Kentucky. So when you start doing that, you guess what you need to appeal to? The white voters. This is part of the process, y'all. I'm sorry to tell y'all, you have to appeal to the white voters. And if you want to win, this is the way not to win, because they're not going to want to hear that.
Yeah, I don't. So this is my problem with it. I'm not offended. I'm not bothered. I'm not as, and I don't mean it to make light of anyone, but I'm not as emotionally triggered by imagery like this as a lot of Black people claim to be or / are. Like, I watch this kind of stuff. I read this kind of stuff. Documentary, biography, historical. I don't care. Things like this did happen, and I will never feel like I, as a Black person, am the person that's supposed to feel ashamed or enraged or whatever it is that you want me to feel about it. That makes me turn it off and turn away. I'm never giving them the victory over me on that. So in that instance, that's not the part that bothers me at all. But what does bother me is I don't think it's a winning tactic. I'll be watching this race now. I'm interested, so you definitely piqued my interest. But I'm gonna be watching because this feels like the kind of thing that social media claims they want to see from especially Democratic people, and they want to see them like do the visuals, and they want to see them be like Republicans, and they're like, Republicans go low and all this stuff. This is kind of what Republicans do. Like they do use the harsh imagery to demagogue their opponent. And in this case, it's imagery of a noose saying, I want to attach the idea of this to Rand Paul. Very smart, savvy tactic, because he is he's like the only nigga against the lynching bill. So like, totally get that. But when you see it,
right, that's the thing, the visuals. Like I said, and I was not trying to find it. I was okay with the visual until I seen him with it around his neck.
Yeah, for the record, I'm not offended by it. I just want to make that clear. I'm not that part don't bother me. I'm not even offended by the idea that he would bring it up in the campaign ad. I'm just saying I'm now interested in, will it work? will it work? Because honestly, I hope I'm wrong. I hope he beats Rand Paul, and I hope we go back and look at this and go, okay, so this is what we need to start doing. Maybe white people will have a good reaction this time, or enough black people will have a good reaction. But my gut feeling and what I've seen from the response online, it's been a lot of people going, this ain't it. You doing too much. This, and I'm like, these are those ideas that seem good
until they execute it.
Yeah.
Until they execute, like I said, and my thing is, like I said, I didn't even mind the noose. I didn't mind that at all. And like I said, and the thing is, the noose around his neck didn't bother me. What bothered me about the noose around his neck is the fact is this going to be a good strategy? And my thing is no.
Yeah, so I'm not really fucked with on the race level, but probably, I'll say 25. To where I'm like, this is a lot. I hope this shit work.
Like, it is a lot. It's a lot to take in, specifically visually.
Last one. Indianapolis museums, children museums, Happy Juneteenth display is getting them in some hot water.
Okay.
They had this salad they were selling, Children's Museum in Indianapolis, Juneteenth watermelon salad, $10.
Okay.
I'm offended. $10? I mean, I know gas is expensive, but $10 a lot for just one salad now.
That's it.
I had you at $7.50, but 10, I ain't got the 10.
Chopped is expensive.
Indianapolis Children's Museum's in hot water after serving up racially insensitive dishes specifically to commemorate Juneteenth. Yes, that pic shows the watermelon salad being sold in the museum cafeteria, and they're not even subtle about the racism as the label reads Juneteenth watermelon salad. Now, this is from TMZ. Rich of them to be talking about the racism. One ticked off patron's response to the shocking news was, no joke. A rep for the museum is defending the salad, saying its food service partners planned a Juneteenth menu as a way to raise awareness of the holiday's meaning and commemorate their own family traditions. While that makes it sound like the food service company is black owned, we haven't been able to confirm that yet. The rep also said red foods has historically been served by some to remember the blood that was shed along the way to freedom. We've never heard that one before, but that's okay. Yeah, I haven't heard that one either. They did offer a mea culpa, saying the museum apologizes and acknowledges the negative impact that stereotypes have on communities of color. We removed the salad from our menu. We value our relationship with all our visitors community who have learned from the experience. I just can't wait till they go Juneteenth. Here's some tacos. Because that's what's gonna be left. Juneteenth, beef stroganoff.
Yeah,
we don't want no problems, black people. We don't want no problems.
And this goes back to, like I said, one of the things, I'm not as sensitive as other people. I like I said, I get a 0 because it's one of those things where the ideas are bad, but people gonna put bad ideas out there trying to commemorate. Like, this is part of the process. Mm-hmm. And niggas act like anything they put out there, no. Okay. This frustrates me.
Okay.
Juneteenth is a holiday. You wanted it to be celebrated. Mm-hmm. If I sell shit, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sell you a product. This is what I'm gonna do. I don't know any other thing to do other than to sell you a product. Mm-hmm. And so these are people that go, well, what are foods that are tradition and things like that? And because our own insecurities, anytime anybody does anything with chicken, watermelon, green beans, shit we love, macaroni and cheese, dressing, we go, no, like you say, they're going to be like, Juneteenth, here's the fucking tacos. We go like, that don't got nothing to do with it. Bitch, when they served you the food that's traditional, everybody was up in fucking arms. And then when it comes and they go, we're not doing anything for Juneteenth, you're going to turn around and get mad about that too. Make up your mind, goddammit.
All right, so 0 to 100.
I guess I'm fucked with 100.
Yeah, you sound pretty fucked with.
And I'm not really fucked with the people like coming up with the bad ideas. They need diversity. That's their problem. I get mad at the way people respond to it. What else do you think they're going to do?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna front. I'm not fucked with in the sense of the watermelon salad making me mad. I don't get mad at that stuff. I've just accepted it, and I meant it when I accepted it. This is years ago, but I mean, and maybe it's because I went to a HBCU, but like, just the kind of shit we did to celebrate these days. I guess people thought it was okay because we all black, but like, if it was a white company that was doing our catering, I still would expect them to acknowledge the fucking black holiday with some black food.
Right.
These are black food.
Are we that ashamed? And that's what frustrates me. Are we that ashamed of the food that we eat? We don't want nobody else eating it but us. What is wrong?
I think the questions that always come up to me is like, because what I think is interesting is like, in a way, we're saying as black people that our shit isn't legitimate, because these same black people and other people of other races, you don't really see them doing this when it's like, hey, it's Cinco de Mayo and they serve tacos, or you know what I'm saying? Like, they would do that if it was like a white person in brown face with a sombrero. Of course, that's offensive.
Right.
But if it was just like you go to the cafeteria and they're serving enchiladas, no one's gonna be like, I need to take a picture of this for Instagram because they need to see how offended I am.
Right.
And I just feel like racism has done a number on us to where we see watermelon and fried chicken specifically.
Yes.
Because really those are the two, right? Because when it's the other food, people aren't as quick to be like, they serve motherfucking macaroni and cheese. Ain't that some bullshit? But it's always like they serve fried chicken, macaroni, cheese, green beans. I'm always like getting hungry. But but mashed potatoes with gravy.
Yeah,
they had some
the shit people eat every Thanksgiving and every Christmas.
Yeah. They had pork and beans, you know. But like, to me, I'm like, I'm never offended at that idea. The question just becomes like, how consistent are people with this? Like, if they served it June 20th, are you like, wow,
right?
The food in the calf was slamming today. What they served, nigga? Macaroni and cheese, watermelon, this, that, and other.
Like, any other time of the
year.
You
like, I guess it's just different because like every Sunday we got this at Fayetteville State, and that was the day it was a line.
What, they be standing up there before that bitch open.
Fried chicken day had rules, y'all. It was, you could only get 2 servings.
Yeah, you could only go through one time. Yeah.
Like, you can't be up in there going all day. You can't take none home with you, because that's how real it was. We was on that chicken. I don't even understand what the shame is supposed to be.
People act like,
and you know what else? If we would have had white people on campus, they would have been in that bitch too.
And they was.
Because that was the best day. Sunday. Everybody knew about Sunday fried chicken day. It went on fried chicken day.
Right.
You going to the calf? Yes, I'm going to the calf, nigga.
Right.
Shit.
And then homecoming, what did they do for alumni? They pull all the stops out.
Yeah.
Cook all the country ass foods.
I don't know, man.
And I think that's what irritates me is people's responses to it. Do you want them to celebrate it or not?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just got a certain type of privilege to being black or something.
Agreed.
Being in these black environments, but this don't bother me. Maybe you have to be like in a mostly white environment for it to bother you, where it's like, you know, every other day feels like it's a white day, and then my day I get the fried chicken. But even then, I don't think I'll be mad. I don't know. Anyway, 0 for me. I'm not fucking with it. You know, feel sorry for all the black people that get upset about it.
Right. And
that's on them.
And for the people that advocated for this and wanted this and shit like that. And so that's why you say next Juneteenth, you gonna get some balloons and the regular ass food, or next Juneteenth, you don't get salmon or whatever the fuck they have. And these same people gonna be like, y'all not celebrating Juneteenth in the cafeteria. Well, bitch, we tried to. You complained and got it off the menu.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this black capitalism.
Yeah. I hear y'all talking, but the only thing I'm listening to is that paper. Every day we get into that paper. Woo! I hear the money talk, I see you later. Yeah. Every day we get into that paper. Woo! I hear the money talking, see you later. Yeah, I said I ain't got time to converse with you broke niggas. Ain't got time to converse with you broke niggas. Ain't got time to converse. I said I ain't got time to converse. I be getting to that baby. I hear the money talking, see you later. Said every day we grinding for that paper. Every day we grinding. Yeah. Said every day we grinding. I hear the money talking, see you later. Every day we grinding for that paper. I hear the money talking, see you later.
Yeah. Don't think I forgot Harry Tubman's supposed to be on them $20 bills, nigga.
All right, let's get into it. Let's see what blacks are getting the money. Bird watcher wrongfully accused in Central Park video gets a bird watching TV show.
Come on through.
My man Christian Cooper,
bird watching, minding his business all-star, is now getting his own show on National Geographic. Doing what he wanted to do. Just watch birds, my nigga.
The series will be called Extraordinary Birder, and the series Cooper will take viewers into the wild, wonderful, unpredictable world of birds. Whether braving stormy seas in Alaska for puffins, trekking in the rainforest in Puerto Rico for parrots.
Come on through, international, not them puffins like the cereal.
Or scaling a bridge in Manhattan for a peregrine falcon. He does whatever it takes to learn about these extraordinary feathered creatures.
I am very happy for him. I am very excited for him. I hate that it happened to happen this way, but that racism gave him a boost on doing some shit he loves to do. Go out there and do it, Carmen San Diego. Find them birds.
He said he began loving bird watching at the age of 10. And he told the newspaper he was all in when National Geographic approached him for the possibility of a TV show a year and a half ago. I love spreading the gospel of birding. The 59-year-old was thrust into the spotlight after the Amy Coomer thing. Remember that? What I would like to see is Amy Cooper show up in every episode, because that's what's going to give the ratings. Like, if they want this to succeed, they need to have her show up and with her dog being choked on the leash at least like once or twice a season, so people can be like, oh man, did you see her? She was calling the cops again. But good for him. Proud of him. Tabitha Brown lands a collaboration with Target.
Come on, I absolutely love that woman. Her book is outstanding.
Yeah, she made that viral video about the carrots and bacon, because she was vegan, and she's one of those vegan people that believes in making vegan food look like delicious food. No offense, vegans, but stop doing it.
Stop. Yeah.
No offense.
No offense. Call it what it is.
I don't want your carrot bacon. Just make. Why can't you just call it baked carrots?
Call it what it is. It is not. Don't call it cauliflower steak. It's cauliflower.
We never go the other way. You ain't never seen nobody be like, "Oh, you want a lamb broccoli?" Like, no, it's just broccoli, or it's just lamb.
Yeah, it's like, don't be calling it bacon, BAK-IN, right, Mary? Just quit bullshitting us.
The video has garnered 3.7 million likes and shared 300,000 times, leaving users wondering what exactly carrot bacon is and whether Brown was serious about making vegan food delicious. Now she has announced an amazing collaboration with Target. Her humor, love for vegan cooking, and inspirational messages have landed Brown on countless talk shows and even led to acting gigs on Showtime's hit show The Shot and For the Love of Jason. Yeah, it's weird because, like, Tabitha Brown, one of them people that if you don't like her, I really do wonder what it is about you.
She is one of the rare
because she just don't really say or do anything too fucked up. Like, she just minds her business.
What's wrong with you?
Stays in her lane, gets her money. Whether you think you're the one that can pierce the veneer and go, she's not as nice as it seems, like, that's the whole point. Like, it's a job. My job is to look nice. Look how y'all did Ellen. Like, it's hard to do that job of just, I'm the nice person, and I never had this moment where I want to, because like when Wendy Williams was talking shit about her, I know Tabitha Brown wanted to smack her upside her motherfucking face, but she didn't come down to her level or let Wendy Williams get her off her grind. And honestly, since then, nothing but bad shit has happened to Wendy. And even then, you don't see Tabitha going off like, hey, that's what you get, bitch. You know, like, she just, I'm keeping it nice. I'm keeping it cute. I'm staying in my lane. Congratulations to her. Good luck. She posted a video of it. I'm about to show it to y'all. Give me 1 second. On the IG.
Hello there. Y'all all right? Listen,
today is
She always seemed like she's talking to like Sesame Street or something.
Yeah, she come on the screen like, I'm talking to you. Whoever's looking at this, I ain't talking to nobody. This is me and you, baby.
Like, I know that the outtakes, people would probably pay $1 billion to see the outtakes when she's like frustrated or, you know, the camera didn't work right or
because that's part of the process too, right?
Yeah, but they will pay $1 million because like that's the thing I think that happens is when you see somebody that's professionally nice, the immediate thing is like they can't do that all the time, as if that's like some knock on them, right?
Right.
Like, I seen Tabitha Brown one time and she didn't get good service at a restaurant and she said, "This is terrible." Yeah, we gotta cancel it, right? It's like, well, no, that's normal.
It's a really big and special day for me. All right. Matter of fact, can you hold this for me? Okay, so listen. Target invited me to do my very own line with them. Like, they let me design it and everything. And I was gonna wait to share that with y'all, but the samples have arrived. And so I want to show y'all, right? Because that's my business. Look, first look, just get into it. Is somebody excited? Or is it just me? Do y'all see it? Is that not amazing? I mean, you need to see what's behind it, but this is just so special to me because, you know, in 97, I went to school for fashion design. And
97? Man, Black don't crack.
I quit because I had this burning desire and dream inside of me to act. And I remember when my daddy came to pick me up, I told him, I said, "Daddy, you know, I never wanted to waste his money." Right. And that's what I felt like I was doing there because I just had this desire to perform. And so I told him, I said, "Daddy, one day when I'm famous, I'll have a clothing line. So like this moment won't be in vain." And so I feel like it's 97, like I'm living in that moment. And I want to share it with y'all. Is that all right? Yeah. Well, let's go and get into it. All right. Here we go. Oh my God.
She just makes me so happy.
Yeah, it's dope, man. I don't know. She like if this is all just a cynical sales pitch, I think she's got one of the better ones.
Yes, she does.
So, you know, good for her. And shout out to Target, and because Target be putting on.
Don't ditto with
Like,
Creamalicious, like they was like
Creamalicious Walmart, I think.
No,
isn't what Creamalicious Walmart?
I mean this sold at Walmart, but I know Target is the main point. If I'm not, I might be wrong, but I thought Target was like the main place.
You can get it from Target,
but I know Target promotes it, put like that.
Yeah, I don't know. You might be able to get it from Target now, but I know it was Walmart they officially signed that deal with when it first had started. But yeah, I'm just looking up now, and on Target.com you can order it. So
yeah, in the chat room they're saying Target. Yeah, because like I said, you can buy it at Walmart, but I know Target pushed it for like Juneteenth and all that type of stuff. So that's why I think that, you know, a deal was cut with them.
Well, it's sold out on Target right now. So you can't get none today.
You can't get
but
none.
I guess you used to could get some.
If you go to the site, it's all out of the site too, because everybody was like, you know what? Let me do some of this. Because you know you can't buy it everywhere. So
I'm just looking for the sale for the Target for the Walmart Juneteenth.
They take that off shit. You ain't gonna.
I know, but that means someone got it on sale. It's at one of these bread stores for 50 cents.
Oh, you know they do.
Okay,
yeah.
I mean, y'all can. Hey, listen, support the black business. I get it, but it's the freedom for me.
It's the freedom for you.
Just be honest with y'all. Atlanta-based eatery Slugger. Wait, look. These words are not making sense. Atlanta-based eatery Slutty Vegan raises $25 million for expansion.
Let's go. I've been wanting to try them ever since I seen it. That shit been everywhere. I don't live in Atlanta.
I know it's good too, because I seen some black people on Twitter trying to take it down. Yeah. Like, you know, that's a terrible place. They don't do things right. And then they had to come out and defend themselves. Like, that's not what happened at all. So 25 million. Pinkett Cole, the CEO, has also secured an investment from restaurateur Danny Meyer's investment group. Her plan is to use the funds to open 10 more locations of the popular
10.
fast casual eatery. Birmingham, Alabama, Brooklyn, New York, Athens, Georgia have already been announced, with more to open by the end of 2022.
Come on to Charlotte, North Carolina,
Come
baby.
on to Charlotte. Okay, I'm ready
I'm throwing my thing in a hat because we do got vegan places here, but it's hard to find black vegan places in Charlotte.
I don't slut shame. Okay.
I get all slutty for that vegan. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'll be up in that bitch.
You love to see it. Get to this money. All right, let's get out of here on let's do I guess we can do some guest the race. How about that? Guess the race music. Why can't I find it? There we go.
What time is it?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
That's right. Guess the race time. We all go around the globe and find all the things and all the places to bring up the schism, and then we guess the race of the people involved in it. Of course, the people playing Karen and the chat room are racist. So let's just get that out of the way, and that's okay. We said it. It's the truth. We've been dealing with this for a while, and I was right. It was Walmart. May 25th, 2021. Black and woman-owned ice cream brand is now being sold at Walmart.
Yeah, so
but I'm not saying they don't sell it at Target. I just know when we covered it on the show.
Okay, let me go back and check because I thought that she. Go ahead. I was like, I'm not going crazy.
I'm not saying you're going crazy. I'm just checking. I'm sorry for these facts, everybody. Let me just, you know what? Forget guess the race. It's time to get to the bottom of this shit right the fuck now. Okay. So May 25th, 2021 was Walmart. Okay. Let's look up Target and see what comes up. I don't see the announcement for a Target yet. Now it's not even telling me about criminalicious, talking about critical race theory. Oh my God, these results. Yeah, I think it was Target that made the news. I mean, it was Walmart that made the news last year, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't ever sold at Target. It's sold at Target now, but it was, I think when we covered it on Lip Smacking Good and all that stuff, it was like Walmart is going to be selling Creamylicious. But let's take 20 more minutes of searching to see if Karen can find it. Anyone in the chat, y'all are welcome to find it.
We can go ahead.
I'm sorry to have.
I'm not going to derail the show. Go ahead.
I'm sorry to have a good memory. I'm sorry to have a good memory, everybody. Damn. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, I'm not gaslighting y'all by giving the truth. Okay.
No, you good.
This is just what I remembered and I wanted to verify it.
You good.
All right, let's talk about it. Guess the race time. An Indiana woman tracks her boyfriend using the Apple AirTags.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then accuses him of cheating and then murders him.
Oh no! From the AirTags?
From the AirTags. Yeah.
I seen them things. I'm like, oh, this is useful. I don't think I don't get them. I don't want about tracking me killing me.
Shout out to the people getting that's getting cheated on in the chat right now that's got these ideas. Don't do it. Don't run them over.
Don't do it.
I'm not saying you can't follow him to his other woman's house, but don't run them over.
Don't run them over.
Now you got to go to prison.
Right?
What's the point of that? A man was struck by a car multiple times outside of a pub on the city's northeast side early Friday, and now a woman is facing a murder charge. Galen Morris, 26, was arrested shortly after Indianapolis Metropolitan Police say officers responded to a parking lot of Tilly's Pub around 12:30 a.m. They found 26-year-old Andre Smith in the parking lot underneath a vehicle.
10:30 a.m. Oh,
12:30 a.m.
Oh, 12:30. Okay.
12:30 in the morning after midnight.
Okay. I'm with
down
you.
at Tilly's Pub.
Oh, Tilly's Pub. They didn't know that was happening outside a pub.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
Apparently so.
Oh no, that's Chili's.
It was so good it was deadly. Apparently.
Tilly's baby back ribs, barbecue sauce.
That do sound like somebody has some bomb ass barbecue.
Medics with the Indianapolis Fire Department pronounced Smith dead. They determined he died from intentionally being hit by a vehicle. The Morris told a witness that because apparently she was talking as she was running them over, I guess. She told a witness she used the Apple AirTag and GPS to follow Smith, then found him at a bar with a woman. Morris also told the witness that Smith was her boyfriend and that he was cheating on her. Morris picked up an empty wine bottle before telling the witness she was going to beat up the woman who was with Smith. Morris swung the bottle at the woman, but Smith caught it and physically got between the two women. All three people were asked to leave the bar, but the woman who was with Smith stayed inside to wait for a food order. That might have been the smartest thing she did.
Yeah, she was like, I got food.
Yeah, after I get these wings, I ain't come up here to tell us to not getting these wings.
Come on, these wings is too far.
Right.
Mm-hmm. She was looking like that dick ain't that good.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, but I mean, wings is wings. I'm gonna get mine. Okay, ain't my fault.
That can make you slap somebody.
But then a witness told police she watched from the bar as Morris pulled forward and clipped the victim Smith, and he went down. At which time Morris then backed over him and then pulled forward and hit him for the third time. She got out her car and tried to go after the woman who was at the bar with Smith before officers at the scene detained Morris. Jail records show Morris is preliminarily charged with murder. Information on Morris obtaining or being assigned an attorney has not been available yet. Guess the race of Galen Morris.
I'm gonna go white, and what would really even be fucked up is that what happened if that was a coworker? What happened if he wouldn't even have an affair with that woman? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just following him, tracking him because you're paranoid. Like I said, and he really might have been having an affair, but let's say something like that, just some innocent woman, and you kill him for nothing.
Yeah, I am prone to believe that he might have been cheating from the reaction and all that stuff. I mean, maybe if Joey Greco was there, it'd be easier to believe.
Yeah. Joey would have got to the bottom of it.
I mean, they should have known something was up when after she said, I'm gonna be outside in the car, a voice came out of nowhere and said, coming up, the conclusion.
Coming up, the confrontation.
Yeah.
Yes, Joey.
All right, let's check the chat room. Karen, you said, what race did you say?
Black.
Right.
No, I said white. What was
you said white?
What was her
Okay.
name again?
Galen. Hold on. Galen Morris.
White.
Karen's going white for Galen Morris. All right, let's check the chat room. She went back and forth over that nigga like a spot on the carpet. That's not race. Calling it a pub. She was white, but he was black. The woman he was cheating with was black because of the wangs. Rest in peace. He loved them paws. Killer Cracker. Taraji and Acrimony. Black. White. Woo, this is a mess. Black. Pub was all I need to hear. White. Hit the road. Jack White. I'm going with black. Agent Double D 37 is a black. The correct answer is, and now this is interesting because they had her picture on here when I saved this article, and now I can't find it.
Oh no!
Let me just make sure. I'm gonna just double check. To see if maybe I missed something. Oh no! So they got the picture here. Anyway, she was black. Y'all got it. A lot of y'all got it wrong.
I'm wrong.
I found the picture, and some of y'all got it right. Yep, she was black, and this is him. He kind of looked like Future, so I'm prone to believe he was cheating. You know.
Oh, I didn't see his photo. I just
wait. Y'all didn't just see when I showed this photo?
I seen her picture.
All right, give me 1 second. I'll show it again. Fuck. Hold on. Yep, the close tab. That's him. Is it showing now?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I think
I take that back. Yeah, he
definitely looked like the cheating type, but that's not a reason to have to kill people. Okay.
No, that's not. Them wings must have been. That pub must have been fire. She was like, "No, bitch, I'm waiting on these wings."
Yeah. I mean, there's takeout orders and then there's taking him out.
Right. They was doing two different takeouts.
Yeah. Well, let's keep it in the same lane.
Apparently, they're not swerving. They're hitting everything.
Segways on for kids, folks. Let's keep. A woman was charged with murder. Told police she cut victim in half with a car.
What is up with the cars today?
Like anyone else who was stuck in traffic in a hurry, Elizabeth McCown was frustrated that the car in front of her wouldn't go. She needed to get to the bank. The 46-year-old lady told police, so she nudged the car in front of her a few times.
Nudged
it. She was driving a black Ford Mustang, which proceeded to push on the gas as hard as she could. That's not a nudge. Accelerating directly into a vehicle being driven by 57-year-old Barbara Foster, according to a probable cause statement obtained by the Washington Post. Foster, irate, emerged from her vehicle and began yelling at McCown before inspecting the damage. Police say McCown later confessed it was then that she hatched a devious plan. According to the police, she said, I tricked her, make her think I was going to be nice, be still and everything. Instead, she said she slammed her car into Foster and cut her in half.
Oh my God.
They found Foster unresponsive with an apparent head wound and broken legs. Foster was dragged several feet by McCown's car until she was dislodged from underneath. She was pronounced dead at the hospital. Police say after striking Foster, McCown tried to flee. She was impeded by several other vehicles, however, and was unable to travel through an intersection. She was arrested shortly after. Now McCown, who apparently told police she just wanted to make her car payment. You're not gonna make what? What?
What's the bank? The fuck is happening here?
I'm just trying to make my car payment, so I killed somebody. We're just gonna show it to. Here's my bloody car and fetch your $350. Now McCown apparently told police she's on that car payment, charged first-degree murder, armed criminal action, and fatal road rage incident. She pleaded not guilty to the charges. Okay. She has no attorney listed. Witnesses told police on trying multiple times to get McCown's attention during the incident, even rolling down a window and shouting at her that she just ran over someone, but she didn't pay no attention. She kept the windows up and mouthed the words, I know.
Oh no! Holy shit!
Numerous witnesses, as well as drivers who intervened on her escape attempt, detailed it to TV station KY3 Springfield. How they worked to prevent her from fleeing. Austin Adams told the Missouri news outlet that he jumped out of his vehicle and confronted McCown. I looked in the driver's side and she was just sitting there staring, holding the steering wheel. And she looked at me and just kind of looked back. She just looked at me like no emotion, no anything, just staring. I told her, it's like you just ran over a person. You're going to jail.
You're going to jail now.
Captain Obvious over here.
You're going to jail.
You're going to jail.
But yeah, we knew she had been rear-ended because actually we spoke to her just before. She said, hey, I just got rear-ended. I gotta let you go. Because she was talking to her coworkers on the phone when it happened.
Oh no.
Yeah. So all right, Karen, guess the race of what was her name? Elizabeth McCown.
I'm going white.
Karen's going white for this one. Let's check the chat room and see what they believe her race is. Senseless vehicular rage and ample disregard for human life sounds mighty white to me. You damn sure ain't making it out to the bank now, white. Sounds about white. She wanted to play bumper cars for real and didn't know she couldn't do that. White hot rage. White rage can't make car payments or afford an attorney. License to kill. Black. Ooh, K can't say black. Becky with the bad empathy. White. The correct answer is white. K-Can, these boos are for you and only you. trying to get to show her picture, but it's not wanting to pull up for some reason. But oh, there it is. That's her. So, man, I hopefully I can never really relate to this. I just don't have these spikes of rage like this in me. Like when I get mad, I guess I never want to get too mad because I never want to be out of control.
Correct. And anger is something that will force you to go out of control.
Yeah.
Because it's blinding.
Man, it's just, I don't know, this is crazy to me.
She hit that woman and then she was like, I know.
Yeah. And like you look at her face, there's no like trauma on the face. It's like she just disconnected and went, yeah, this is what I'm about now. I run people over for mild inconveniences. All right, let's go to the bonus round. Karen is 1-1.
What time is it?
Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the race. Triple the points. Triple the points.
Triple the points, triple the race.
Triple the race.
A Florida man, oh, you love to see it, robs a bank. The next day, he was released from prison after serving 8-year sentence for robbing a bank.
So was he just let out and then went and robbed the bank again?
The grind never stops, baby.
Apparently it don't.
Okay. He was
every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Apparently.
Time to make the donuts.
Apparently so. He was like, that's all I know how to do is rob these banks.
It's sad because for 8 years in prison, he was just thinking like, I know where I went wrong. See, I should have wore some shades or whatever.
I should have wore a wig.
And then the first day he got out, it was like, oh, they got this new facial recognition thing. Anyway, see you in prison. He served 8 years in prison for a sentence from a 2013 bank robbery. So then he gets out of jail on Wednesday and decides, you know what? I'm gonna rob a bank Thursday. Timothy Jones.
What do I got on my schedule? Robbing the bank.
Right. Every day on his calendar is just rob a bank, rob a bank, rob a bank.
Yes.
Juneteenth, rob a bank, rob a bank. Timothy Jones, 59, walked in the Truist Bank. And demanded,
not the Truist, not the bank that used to be the BB&T.
They demanded $150,000 and $100 and $50 bills, and that if he did not receive the money, he was gonna shoot a banker. Afterward, deputies say he forcefully took a car, a dark gray 2014 Toyota Camry, and fled the area. Authorities wouldn't say how much they believe he made off with, but they believe it's possible he ditched the car and is traveling by bus. However, the car has not been found.
By bus? By the Greyhound?
Jones was last seen wearing a blue short sleeve polo, blue cargo shorts, and white socks. That's the race.
What's his name again?
Timothy Jones.
Mr. Jones is black.
Karen says Mr. Jones is black. Let's check the chat room, see what they believe about Tim Jones. Oh, institutionalized nigga, says Wangangi.
Oh, no.
Black Florida man, says V. Black. That nigga on the mega bus, black.
Not the mega bus.
Nigga still institutionalized black. Oh, we got a clean sweep of blackness coming through in the chat, and the correct answer is white.
Oh no! Oh no! We all wrong.
Did the anti-blackness hop out of the chat, or did it hop out?
Yes, he had a black name too.
You watermelon salad motherfuckers. Oh my God.
Yes, it will eat every bite of it.
Look at y'all. Look at y'all. Are you proud of yourselves?
I am. Did I got this wrong? Yes.
Oh my God. So this time.
How was I supposed to know? Black ass name doing a black ass crime. I feel okay getting that one wrong.
Oh man. A man was arrested following a report of sword brandishing in Ventura. Ventura police say the incident started around 8:30 a.m. Let's see. A freeway off-ramp. It says updated. A freeway off-ramp and major street was shut down briefly during Friday morning rush hour, so the police could take an individual into custody. Following a report, he had allegedly brandished a sword and made threats.
Oh shit!
Have around 8:30 a.m. Very inconvenient time to be sword crazy in the middle of the street.
Everybody on their way to work. They're like, nope, shut the streets down.
Happened at 2 locations in the area of Valentine and Victoria. Police say in addition to allegedly brandishing the sword, the suspect also made verbal threats to at least one of the victims. Officers spotted the individual they believe was involved traveling in a U-Haul truck. I guess he was on the move.
Apparently so.
They made a high-risk enforcement stop because of the reports that he had a sword and also he might have a gun. Police shut down the northbound Victoria Avenue under 101 plus the Victoria off-ramp from northbound 101.
Oh no.
They say the suspect initially refused to come out of his vehicle. Police brought in the armored vehicle.
I'm not coming out.
Continued to order him out the truck. Around 9:10 a.m. he finally did surrender without further incident after making sure everybody was late to work. They say no gun was found. Police arrested the 39-year-old man for misdemeanor brandishing, felony making criminal threats, misdemeanor possession of a deadly weapon with intent to assault, and misdemeanor resisting arrest. He was booked into the Ventura County Jail with bail set at $60,000. The same individual is also facing trial next month in connection with an incident near Oxnard almost a year ago, where he is said to have violated another person's civil rights in what prosecutors called a hate crime. He yelled a racial slur at a 51-year-old Hispanic man on East Gonzales Road. Well, that's everything about that make it a hate crime.
Everything.
You was on East Gonzales yelling racial slurs about Hispanic people?
Checking all the boxes.
He is facing, that's like going to MLK and being like, niggas, I hate y'all.
It's like, sir, you're on MLK Boulevard.
Right. He is facing misdemeanor charges for that, plus a misdemeanor battery charge and a felony charge of trying to dissuade a witness from reporting the crime. He has been out on his own recognizance in that case because it's just a hate crime. All right, y'all. We'll be back.
Nothing but a little hate crime.
We'll be back later in the week, possibly tomorrow, but if not, for sure, we'll be back Tuesday with Zach Sherwin and Wednesday with Nick Chu.
Let's go.
So we look forward to all of that. Until then, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.